Yeah. So choose your trash talk.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time to like be watching these, especially these like gaming spaces in the blockchain, because it's like a niche on top of a niche, and it's it's exciting. It's like a very passionate but very small community.
Hey, hey,
And
hey. It's a
hey,
sweet
hey,
plant you got there. What kind of plant do you have behind you?
I have no idea what it's called. My wife handles this stuff.
I see.
she's the gardener.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. Oh, I found a gold this morning in my blockchain brawlers. So there's that. People should know about that. What up,
Still
Eric?
proud of you. Proud of you.
Yeah, me too. I got like 25 brawls left. I feel like now I could even build a new ring, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do another
I was
75.
trying to craft the Naughty Scotty, but everyone's dumping the brawlers on the market. Like, so if you're so it seems like it's cheaper to buy a brawler at this point than craft one, since all the people sitting on Scotty farms are starting to liquidate.
Yeah.
So I might just keep my tokens, and you can get a Naughty Scotty for like $275 or something like that. Wax, not dollars, which is not bad.
Not bad at all.
And then I could just keep my brawl for the next phase or whatever.
Not bad considering what the price used to be. That should classify.
Seems like the music mogul stuff is slow and steady. I mean, I guess there's just not enough information for people to get hyped about it. Although I think they released a Medium article today, like literally like a few minutes ago, with some more information. So
they announced like the next genre pack, but I think they also might have. They already announced why genres are important last week, but they announced like hip hop and R&B as the next pack.
Oh,
like yeah,
definitely. You gotta get through.
Started the new Stranger Things last night.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the new season?
Yeah, it's not even that new, but it's new for me.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, my hit rate on Citizens has been pretty good. I have sent out 4, and I've gotten one every time. And I think the chance rate was 85%. So I would say it's pretty good. Although I probably just jinxed myself, and now I'm going to get nothing.
Yeah, you're not getting one on the 5th one. You definitely finished now. I'm going to send mine into this as well. Oh, here we go.
Are you playing any games or in any projects besides your own, Ryu? I mean, I know it's easy to get sucked into your own project. It's hard to make time for other ones, but
I play Splinterlands mostly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Sandbox when they start their alpha. The Alpha 3 is coming out. It's the next one, I guess.
Oh, didn't you say you were into that MetaKey project as well?
Yeah, but you can't play there yet.
Okay.
But they want to get an alpha out at the end of the year, I guess.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
And they already integrated CyberKongz, CloneX, and Cypher. They really want to be the metaverse play that interacts with other projects.
Oh yeah, I really like the artwork on those cards. Like the little city pops up and then like stuff's happening and the card like flips back over and it loops. Those meta keys look so cool. I've been keeping them on my radar for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't really drop in price, at least not the like first few that came out. But I guess they're also really fucking rare. The newer ones, I think.
There are only 500 from the first edition.
Yeah. Do you have one of the first edition ones?
1,000 from the third.
Do you have one of the first edition ones?
Yeah, I have all.
Oh, fuck yeah. Nice.
Yeah, Maddie made his a tweet, and 30 minutes later I saw the tweet and instantly bought it on the secondary market, the first key. I knew that the guy knows how the space has to work, and he's doing everything the correct way at the moment.
Ah. Nice. Yeah, I really liked what they were doing with I like the kind of like the concept of that, where it's like an NFT that is like access to all of these different metaverses kind of in one. It's a very clever approach.
Yeah, what was the one that you bought into, Lou, that kind of was like a gaming hub that you kind of get like a key, and then they were going to release like multiple different games that you could play in that ecosystem? If you know, that's maybe a bad description, but
yeah, it's similar.
I think it's My Meta was the name of the project.
Oh, okay.
My Meta, and then I think they changed the name of their. They were like making an MMORPG that was called that, but they decided to change the name because they didn't want to be branded as Metaverse, which everybody else was doing. I haven't really been keeping up on that project, but they had like a Grand Theft Auto server, a Minecraft server, which is probably now against the rules.
Yeah, the Minecraft thing's probably finished.
And then FYI, the soundboard is off when we do interviews, so if you're trying to spam smoke weed every day, then you're gonna have a bad time.
I'll turn it back on when we do marbles, but
yeah, I just don't want like people spamming "I'm pissed now" every time we're trying to ask questions.
Nice. Let's see what else we got.
Well, we sent out marble trophies to the Neon Spacers out there. Marble trophies went out last night. So check your wallets for that.
Nice.
I'm jealous if everybody got the elimination trophy.
What's up?
I'm jealous if everybody got the elimination trophy.
Yeah, the eliminations are pretty high on the aftermarket. People definitely hold on to those for sure.
They're hard to get. You have to participate for like pretty regularly for a full 3 months to get even eligible for one of those. I get it. I wouldn't sell it if I had it either. But then I definitely have seen some on the market that I'm like,
yeah.
Like there's one of the So Long partner, but it's 1,500 wax, which I'm like,
yeah, I can snipe the season trophies pretty well, but it's hard to snipe the eliminations because obviously we don't participate. So but I try to collect them. So like I'm watching.
Yeah, I have each of the racer trophies so far. People do sell those.
Yeah.
Liper asks, what is the strat on this one and how old is it? We'll get into that in a second. This is Waxel World. Let's put the website down below.
Baby. Waxel World. It's been around for a while, but the game is recently launched. But the Waxel Ninjas have been making a scene in the Wax for a while. I got my Wax avatar still. I got a few ninjas from months ago, which feels like years ago in the NFT space.
Yeah.
The game launched last week. Last Tuesday, I believe, was the first day.
Yeah, so we're real early on this one, so we're gonna walk through how
Ninjas. I think have been around since last August, maybe.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes,
I checked. Like, I didn't even realize how early I got in. I think I got it like 3 days after the drop started. I was looking at like when you sent the NFT pool. I was like, oh crap, I got these pretty quick. I don't even remember how. I think it might have been Menace Tech Jake was like posting about it. Somebody was just like, oh, there's a new generative project with like 10K, and there really wasn't that many like profile picture projects or generative projects on Wax at the time. So it was just like, I had no idea there's a game. I did zero research. It's just like, oh, I can get a sweet little ninja. So I bought it just because I liked the artwork and the generative part, but I was pleasantly surprised to find out later that you were working on a game and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely got a few little animated guys. I opened a few packs right off the bat, and then I was just watching the aftermarket for people listing higher rarity ninjas at like under pack drop prices. And I've been scooping those for a while.
The listing is pretty crazy because most people don't check their trades. They just see suggested price, lowest price, all right, let's go. And don't see that they have legendary trades or epic trades.
Yeah, I think I got one with it was like an animated, I think it was just like the uncommon animation where he's like running in place, but he has like a golden bow staff. And I got that at like under the floor price. I was like, yep, that's pretty good. That's like that's way better than any of the ones I opened for my pack. But
well, I see like the rarity on the ninjas like affects how long it takes you to get citizens.
Yes.
Like the cooldown, but is there plans for the other traits to be kind of built into the gameplay as well?
Yeah, when we add more and new features, we want to try to incorporate the other traits.
Yeah, because I don't have a very rare race trait, but I have rare traits for the other stuff. So I'm cautiously.
Yeah, we also didn't want to have too much of a difference between these. Not like the human is 24 hours and the demon, the legendary, 1 hour. That would be way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the long cooldown is a nice push against botting, you know, like it encourages more real players that have real timelines and, you know, jobs and stuff.
Yeah. That was our intention from the.
Yeah, I appreciate that
from the beginning.
You can get an undead for cheaper than the packs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not bad. If I was getting into I already have a few ninjas, but if I was going to scoop another ninja, I would definitely do it from the secondary market versus the pack at the moment. You get to choose some pretty decent traits for under pack drop price, which is nice.
But the orcs are pretty cool because the cooldown is 22 hours, and you can fit this in pretty good in your everyday to like every day send them out to one search without losing any time.
Yeah, that's true. I think I have
the degen in me would want to try to get a demon though if you open a pack.
I know ripping a pack is still like
wax.
It's more satisfying when you get it from a pack rather than buying it.
Yeah, aside from like scooping some stuff from Burst's collection directly in like a peer-to-peer trade, I've been exclusively like opening packs for getting like a stake in what is that one called? In Nova Pangea recently. Even though I saw like the aftermarket price, I was like, I could definitely buy some of this stuff, which if I get a shitty pack or even a normal pack, I probably won't get anywhere near as good. And I was like, I don't care, I just want to rip the pack. So it's never a logical decision. Like I'd probably, even after saying all this stuff about the ninjas, I'd probably still buy a pack and rip the pack. Just because then it's like, yeah, I don't know. I just like feel it's more fun. Yeah, it's more fun. I feel more of a connection to my NFT if I'm the one who minted it, like, or pulled it, you know, versus, I just chose this on the secondary.
You got to scratch your gambler itch, you know.
You gotta factor that in, you know. That's not like a free feeling, you know. To scratch that itch costs a little bit extra. It's a little premium.
Yeah.
And the packs look super
as a
cool
kid
too.
When you went to the store and bought like Pokemon booster packs or Magic the Gathering. Opening this and then checking what card will I get now is just different.
I had in like middle school, my mom got like super lucky and bought like from some lady at a garage sale, bought like a bunch of Magic the Gathering stuff for me. And one of the things was like a sealed booster pack box with like 36 sealed booster packs of like the Portal edition, which came out like 1993 or some shit. So it was like super rare stuff that they don't even buy at the comic book store at the time. And I had it in my room on my shelf, and I would open one pack a day for like a month and a week or something, like, you know, 38 packs, one a day, just because that like pack ripping excitement. Like some days I'd open like if I opened a shitty pack, I might rip a second one. But those were also the type of packs back in the day from Magic the Gathering before you were guaranteed a rare in each booster pack. So like you could pull a Magic the Gathering pack back then, and it was all trash.
Oh god.
Yeah, like those early editions were like, and then nowadays if you were to buy a Magic pack, it's like one rare or like possibly an ultra rare or whatever mythic rare, and then like a certain amount of uncommons and a certain amount of like commons guaranteed.
I can imagine there's some deep cut YouTube video of you like the Nintendo 64 kid. You're like, oh my god, dual lands.
I pulled some pretty good shit. That was one hell of I mean, the other part of that garage sale find was a Battle Royale box set that was also sealed, which is another.
Rabbit, don't encourage him. He'll get the cards and show them to you on screen in the next 30 seconds. Don't enable it.
Yeah. Judge my deck. Take a look at. I came up with this strategy myself. But yeah, I agree. Like ripping those packs that's the way to do it. Plus, I really like the way the packs look, and I just like to have one unripped in my inventory because it like cycles through all the different ninjas.
I think there are 20 or 15 different that are in this gift.
Yeah, I couldn't do it though. I had it for a while unopened, and eventually I just opened it one of the days. One of the days my willpower wasn't strong enough. But yeah, you know. at first I'll always buy like, I'll buy 2 packs and I'll rip one and I'll be like, oh, I'll not rip this one. It'll just be like a souvenir. And then it's like that never lasts. There's a few unripped packs I still have, but I just don't have the discipline.
Well, maybe now that we're at a critical mass here, maybe we rewind back. It looks like there's a couple people that are new to Waxel World that were asking about it. So maybe you want to just kind of give us the broad strokes of like Waxel World, what Waxel World's all about and how it works, right?
Yes, sure. So Waxel World released last Tuesday. The main thing for Waxel World is having the Waxel Ninjas. There are 10,000 of these. And with these, you can register them in the game and then send them out to find citizens for you. And after 24 hours, depending on the race that you have, the human is 24 hours, orc is 22, and so on. They come back and you have a chance of finding a citizen. After you gathered at least 5 citizens, you can buy a profession book, for example, a miner, and then blend 5 citizens with the profession book, and then you get the profession. And that profession you can then send out to work for 24 hours. And after 24 hours, the profession will get back with a raw material. There are 3 rarities. There is common, uncommon, and rare. And of course, the percentage is the lower the higher the rarity is. And if you collect a certain amount of raw materials, then you can refine them into refined materials. And with these refined materials, you can then create items, and these items boost your professions to be more efficient in their work, to like find more materials or have a higher chance of finding more rare materials, or even one item gives you a chance of finding a second material. So if you are lucky and have that item equipped, you could find 2 rare raw materials with one work.
And then, okay, I see. So the raw materials you use to like create the tools, which the workers can use to boost it. Okay, got it.
Exactly. And the professions have a shelf life of 20 uses. Mm-hmm. After 20 uses, you can't use them anymore, but you can burn them and have a 10% chance of getting 1 citizen back. The same applies to the items. They can only be used 20 times. And then you can also burn it and have a 10% chance of getting 1 material back that was needed to craft the item. So this is kind of our way to fight against inflation. So everything is used up because it has a certain amount of uses, or is used up because you burn it for blending stuff. The only thing that won't run out are your Waxel Ninjas. You can use them all the time. They don't have a fixed amount of uses.
Nice.
I saw this question, so I'll need a ninja at first, and you're good to go, and that is true.
Yes.
I can show how that works, I guess. I'll buy
this. Yeah, let's learn by doing again. I got to send my Waxel Ninjas to my hot wallet so I can get into playing. They've been chilling in my cold storage for a while here.
Success. Ninja's only $12. Too cheap to pass up. The next one is $17. Has a $5 discount on the aftermarket.
Yeah, prices fluctuate a lot. The past days we also had some for 100 wax, then 120. It jumps a lot.
Oh, that's a good one to. I'm gonna have to use the Chain Champs. Like, what is it? Like limit buy NFT on the Waxel Ninjas. Just be so like if the price falls.
If you have a new ninja, you go to register. You can see my other one has check because I already registered him. Then you register the ninja. Oh, my anchor's being weird right now. All right. And then once it's registered, then you click search. And then you can you have a cooldown, but I'll show after this cooldown you'll be able to click check. Oh my gosh, it's making me manually click.
You have to check always. Open the transactions.
Is that new, that loading thing? I feel like that wasn't there.
Yes, we had an update yesterday.
And then I usually like to check all of them at the same time.
Yeah, so this is the context that I was saying earlier. So like the race of your ninja affects your cooldown as far as like, if it's 24 hours, I think for humans, and then like 22 for orcs, and I think it's like 18 for undead or something like that. And then there's multiple traits that have different scales of rarities, and as far as like the weapons and like if it's animated or not. And so it sounds like you said down the line, more of these trait rarities will come into play in the gameplay as it evolves over time.
You can also, if you click on the Waxel Ninja, on the image. The
ninja itself, yeah.
Ninja.
Wait, what am I clicking on?
The bottom
there, yeah, that one, yeah.
Then the bulk button is now highlighted, and if you have multiple, you can send them all out at the same time or register and unregister.
Oh, there you go.
That way you can save a lot on Wax CPU, because the transaction costs the same amount of CPU no matter if you send out 10, 20, or 1.
Oh, that's good to know, yeah.
Ooh. Let's see my collection here. I have to send mine out. I'm going to do it along with you, Lewis.
Well, I only have 4 citizens, so I can't show the profession thing, right?
Yeah, same. I only have 4 too.
You'll have to combine forces.
You need 10 to withdraw.
Oh.
Yeah, everything else exists in game, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. So that keeps it from being all transactions all the time, right?
But you can buy citizen packs on the secondary market. People are dumping them. And then you have 10 citizens. You can mint them so they are in the game. And then you can make your professions.
I wonder if I should just... I'll just buy some citizens to show how that works. Full disclosure, I sold some citizens because my plan was to sell citizens and then use that wax to buy profession books. But the price is much lower than I sold them for, so I'm a net positive even though I sold my... I'll buy my citizens back.
Nice.
A lot of people are also selling the profession books on the secondary market, and people are buying them because they don't know that they can be bought unlimited on NFT blocks.
Oh, so there's like a little... That's
so here's a question. I mean, so it sounds like down the line, at least with the roadmap, that you want to introduce like a in-game token. So right now you pay 5 wax for the profession books. Is there a plan to have these be craftable, or will that always be like a wax expense as part of the game?
For now, it's wax expense because we have to cover the costs for CPU and RAM every time NFT is minted. And we set the price to 5 wax because we thought this is a good entry point to see how high our costs will really be, like for the first month. And when we see that we can cover the costs easily, we will go down with the price. And also we will look at on the market conditions. If wax will be at $1, we won't sell the books for $5 a piece.
Okay, so at least as far as that being like a wax cost, you'll kind of adjust it depending on conditions.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay. That kind of keeps the in-game items value pegged to that like target as well.
Yeah.
I mean, what I did was I made enough wax even with selling my 10. I got 10, sold it, and bought it back. I still made like 10 wax on that trade back and forth. So that's enough to buy 2 profession books. And then, you can presumably sell some of the resources that you gain in-game to other players and then use that to keep buying the profession books. So, you're earning NFTs and stuff. So there's a chance to sell those to earn from the game and then reinvest in the game, which is my strategy. the moment.
It's so funny people are selling the books on the aftermarket. I mean, like, you just buy them in the game. It's like, why would you spend more than 5 wax on a profession book? It's like a boatload out there too.
You have to sync the game on the bottom right. No, you on the bottom right. There is the exactly that icon. Because we don't have an automation that pulls like the data from your wallet every couple of seconds, because that would be way too many pings with the amount of people that are playing.
So if you have citizens, you go down to this camp, and if you have 10, you can mint them, and then you can sell them. Or if you buy one on the aftermarket, which there's a buy thing here, you can also just add them. Boom. Then once you have your
as you see at the top left, you now have 14 citizens.
Yeah, up here. And do I go to school? That's not the book, though.
Which profession are you gonna go for?
Right? No, wrong one.
The shop where you can see open.
Okay. What do I want? I guess a miner. I guess I could check the aftermarket and see what resources are selling for the most. Well, to get really
I don't think the resources have been sold yet, or maybe once or twice. Not a lot have been created yet.
Looks like cotton is the highest priced, at least.
Looks like a handful have sold. Copper, birch, cotton, more copper. It's all the same guy buying it, looks like.
You can sometimes see in our Discord, we have the market sales channel, where everything that gets bought in our collection, then a message is bought, and then you see like citizens have been bought, profession books have been bought, materials have been bought, and all of the same person. And then he also buys like 2-3 Waxel ninjas, and oh, this is a new player that entered the game.
So yeah, here's another question. Like, so like so all of these exist as NFTs. There's no like fungible token at this point in time, right?
Yes. We thought that we don't need a token at this point of time, because there wouldn't be enough utility.
But as opposed to like immersive,
you see they get out with a token and goes up and is totally down.
Yeah, it's very susceptible to market pressure, where the NFTs are a little bit more easy to control. So they're not like immersives, for example. Each individual resource is an NFT, which can be like extremely cumbersome on the creator, because you're paying for RAM for all of these NFTs. So all of the resources and the citizens exist in game only until you withdraw in batches of 10. So that from the creator side saves the amount of RAM that you would need to support that many NFTs in circulation.
Yeah. We made a calculation, and if every citizen or every material would be one NFT, our costs would be 9 times higher than they are now.
Oh,
and
damn.
we'll be able to cover the cost for the RAM.
All right, so then once you get your profession book, you go to the school. I refreshed my game again, so it sees that I have the book. I guess you wouldn't have to, actually, because you're under the blend page, right? And then I got a lumberjack. I decided to get a lumberjack, even though it's not the most expensive resource, just because I like the way he looks.
Dude, that carpenter, though, with that strong handlebar mustache, it's like some Yosemite Sam kind of thing. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think those ones you don't really want to get until later, though, because that you use the resources you get from the gatherers. So you want to get the gatherers first, gather the resources, and then you can craft tools with these guys.
I see. I was going purely on aesthetic there.
It also costs more. These cost
yeah, those are like 10 citizens, aren't they?
Yeah.
Kind of the progression is you want these 3 first, you gather the resources, and then these 3 will craft stuff with the resources. I think I'm gonna go with the farmer for my second one. Let's do become a farmer.
The farmer.
Yeah, too, and I think we just mentioned that where I think the FTs just have too much volatility on the market. It's easier for people to speculate, and there's like a huge fluctuation as people like mess around with the token. Whereas like I think the NFTs, doing an NFT state is just a little less susceptible to that volatility.
I mean, and it's more like a game instead of having. I mean, you would need to have a citizen token. We would need to have 9 tokens for the raw materials and 9 tokens for the refined materials. So we would have 19 tokens.
Yeah, I feel like, and also if you're like a newcomer coming to this and you like, I feel like it would be easy to accidentally spend money on the FTs, not knowing what's going on, and then get burned by it.
Yeah, damn, that would be a bunch of tokens.
Yeah, and
All right, so now
for me, NFTs are more the game feel instead of a token.
Yeah, they're more
like game
pieces.
pieces. Yeah, I agree with that too.
So what's the cooldown on like your farmer then? Like they're on a similar cooldown. They go or on your lumberjack or whatever, and you send them out.
The 3 gatherers all have 24 hours.
For the gatherers, okay.
Yeah. The refining takes 1 hour, and crafting, depending on the item type that you do, is 2 hours, 4 hours, and 6 hours.
So yeah.
The aesthetics definitely remind me of like Stardew Valley, as far as the way the world looks, which I like.
Let's see. So you got the farmer
send
now?
these guys out. I already forgot how to do that.
You click on the profession at the top, like the lumberjack. You click on the lumberjack.
Like here?
And then you have to register him, just like with the Waxel NFT.
Oh yeah, the register is what I was missing.
Yeah, so I mean, now that you just released the game a week ago, what's next?
Yeah, of course. First, get in more stability that we have done with our first patch yesterday. So you have this loading screen and get an info message, info pop-up that like this. We didn't had that.
So like quality of life improvements kind of thing.
Yeah. Next thing on our agenda is to, when you log in, that you can select the endpoint that you are connected to the game, because a lot of people are based completely around the world and they have problems with the one endpoint that we use. So we will have this. And then we will have to see, most people want to have the bulk action for the check. So you can see the results. Maybe this is the next thing that we will do. Another thing is people want to have this more mobile friendly, because it's not mobile friendly at all at the moment. You can try and see if it works on your mobile phone, but it's not guaranteed.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. This does look like it'd play nicely on a phone. But
yeah, so like you know, you get your citizens, the citizens with the book turn into the gatherers get the resources build the tools increase your efficiency for gathering the resources. So that's like the current kind of broad strokes mechanism. So I'm accumulating resources, I got a bunch of tools, now I get even more resources. So I guess what's like the next phase of like, I have these tools, I have these resources, where does that funnel into for like the next kind of phase?
We haven't yet completely decided on this, but one option that we could go next is the housing system. So on the map, you would have like your own house, and then you will be able to craft all the interior for your house. So that's where I could see where
that'd be fun.
All the materials could go into.
And like, would your houses exist with other people's houses? Like, could I see other people's houses and like there's like plots all in the same kind of universe? Or
that would be multiplayer. way more complicated than having the
sure, yeah.
single player view, I guess we would first go with the single player view. And then, of course, we would love to have a multiplayer, so you can run around and visit other settlements.
Yeah, and I saw you had like talked about eventually doing like a quest system or like a mission system kind of. I don't know. You give me a little bar that I need to fill up, no matter how mundane it is, and I'll want to do it. It's just something psychologically in my brain that wants to do that.
Yeah, this could be the other option. That would be pretty much our Waxel hero that we call, that you have your character, your player, and that you can level up, send out to missions, and he can level up, find new items, have armor, weapons that you can craft with the materials that you find, and so on. This could be the other option. We have to decide if we go in the one direction or the other first.
Yeah, I saw you release some videos of like showing some like preview of being able to run around and move with your avatar, which looked kind of cool.
Yeah, that was top-down engine of Unity that I just wanted to try out. How would it feel to walk around with a Waxel Ninja with the graphics, and I just played around with it for a couple of days to see if it works and how it works.
Man, on a quick note, cool. That new subscribe notification is sweet. I didn't notice we could change that.
Thanks for the subscribe coin, Cobra.
Yeah.
That's dope. I feel like another cool thing you could do eventually with materials would be like if I could craft like some kind of armor or some kind of like upgrade for my Waxel Ninja, and then that becoming some attribute like an immutable or like a mutable attribute that I could level up on my actual Waxel Ninja.
Yeah, the issue with this is that the Waxel Ninjas are done. They are all minted. We can't add anything to the Waxel Ninjas because these NFTs are finished. So why our idea would be like the Waxel hero. This is like one new NFT with a bunch of mutable attributes where you can equip items on and level it up and all that stuff.
Yeah, do you have to add, this is more behind the blockchain piece, but like, do you have to add a line when you're initially making the template to include the space for immutable attribute?
Yes.
So that's the piece. I guess the contract's still open, but since all the templates are already minted, you can't go back and retroactively add in the mutable attribute.
Yeah, the
ability.
Yeah, exactly. Like the template is finished because all 10,000 Waxel Ninjas are already minted. And we can't add new stuff to NFTs that are already done, that they don't have the immutable attributes added from the first place.
Damn, it would have to be like a blend or something then, I guess, into some new asset.
Yeah, but that would be super complicated of all the different traits.
It seems like the mutable attribute thing is like the new cool thing that people are doing. But back when the Waxel Ninjas got first released, I don't even know if anyone was really messing with mutable attributes at all. That's only like a recent kind of trend in the wax space.
Yeah. I mean, our professions have the mutable attributes and the items because the users, how much users are left, are mutable attributes.
Oh, I see.
So when you're on the secondary market, you can then look for like the miner and see how many users filter for it to be sure you buy a miner that still has a lot of users left.
Yeah.
18 uses. Yeah, you can see the uses left. 15.
Oh, nice.
Good to know, though.
If there is no users on it, it wasn't registered yet, and
there's 20.
Still has 20, yeah. You can also use the filter on the left. Yeah.
There's only 2. This one's pretty close to the floor, too, for 20 uses. So do I need the engineer? Does he craft everything? Like all the tools?
The blacksmith can craft items. He can craft 6 different items, and the engineer can craft 3 different items.
What items does he craft?
The engineer can craft the mining cart, the wagon, and the wheelbarrow. If you go here to you can click on details on one of these, and then you have at the top you have all the information.
Okay.
And tomorrow we will release a page where all the information that you can find in the game will be on our website on one page.
So different wood types also have different bonuses.
Yeah, like we have
is oak always the rarest?
Teak is the rarest. Oak is the second rarest. Yeah, that there is an. I need to fix that. There should be 50% extra.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
Like here, yeah.
Well, I learned something new today. I didn't know what teak was. Teak is a tropical hardwood tree species. Now you know.
Yeah, we also tried to look at the real world. What kind of wood is more common, uncommon, and rare in our world, and apply this to the game.
Yeah.
So is there like a drop chance on the different resources?
Yes.
Yeah, the rarities.
A common is 75%, uncommon is 20%, and rare is 5%.
Okay. I definitely got spoiled. I did some of the beta testing, but like there were no cooldowns pretty much on the beta testing, so just spamming through everything and like getting it real quick. And I actually didn't go that far through the progression of the crafting. I was like, yeah, like I don't know. It's disappointing if you beta test and get to the end and then have to redo it on the normal game. So I was like, I figured out how it worked well enough to be like, okay, this is how the economy and stuff works. But thank you for the follow, big game. Yeah, I feel like I embarrassingly didn't even know. Forgot to register my thing because I did that also like spammy at 3 a.m. that I forgot how to do
it. Yeah, I do like the idea of like gathering resources and eventually building out like your own little like Waxel World community with all the like populated by all the citizens that you found and built by all the stuff that you're grinding out.
We want to build like step after step after step and just expand the game. And you have to keep in mind that we are just 3 people with 1.5 developers. So this stuff, because I just started learning how to develop video games pretty much and how to develop smart contracts and all that stuff. So this is all learning by doing.
Yeah,
I think it could even be cool too.
It's pretty impressive.
If you build a house, and then like the next step, I think would be to like furnish the house. If you can get like, I even think like, even if it doesn't give you gameplay advantage, just like having tables and beds and like
exactly
Animal Crossing, and I love Animal Crossing. Like buying all those things and like all those cosmetics doesn't really make you better at the game. The entire game is like, look at all this stuff I've built, and then like if you're able to invite neighbors over too, that's the flex. Is like, hey, like come over to my house, and then if they can see all of the crazy like paintings and stuff you crafted, then it's like, I don't know, that's part of the fun. And I also think it'd be cool if you did like, if you do start doing that, like have seasonal stuff be like, oh, this is the fall 2022 painting that only exists during this time. I have like a specific pixel artwork that nobody else can get after that, and then you can kind of have like some exclusivity, and that would probably drive some market sales for like people having rare things that you can only get during certain seasons.
Yeah, like for example, we did with our Waxel goodies for last Halloween, where we made 7 different Waxel Ninja costumes, Halloween costumes. So things like this that could be
I got the tiger.
Yeah,
and I was able to actually not open one of those packs. I still have one of the coffins. Just the discipline is still there for now. But in that scenario where I could like eventually build a house, would the house then be an NFT? Since everything in like all the game pieces are NFTs, so would you be able to like, sell your house to somebody else, or buy a house so I could build a bigger city without having to necessarily grind it out myself?
I mean, I could see it having the house as an NFT and have like immutable attributes like the size of it, and maybe you can upgrade the size of it with a lot of materials to have a bigger room or add another room. I mean, The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's really cool because then you're grinding out all these materials, and then the materials that you make, like NFT, like in-game items that you can then build, keep grinding your materials, and if you want, you could just build this fucking massive mansion, and eventually, like, it's not something anybody else could have without committing the like time to like grinding out all those resources.
Yeah, and I mean, after the housing system, what we also want to have with the housing systems is that you can run around on the map, of course, because then you can go into your house and run in the house around and place the items. And maybe the next step then could be you have your garden and your pet. That we introduce the pet system where your pet can run around in the garden and you can craft items for your pet, like a ball that it can play with, or I don't know. And
a little doghouse.
And that's a food system that you have to feed your little pet, Waxel. I mean,
yeah.
Just build up your settlement and add more and more things further down the road.
I do think it'd be cool if you end up running around. Like, something I always liked about Pokemon Yellow was if you had a Pikachu, it'd follow you, like just in a trail wherever you walked. And like if you had a pet that just followed you around, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
And then you could also have like different rarities for the pets, so you would have also a market for this.
That's true. Yeah, that's cool. That's even like a nice way to like share your like creations, even if it isn't directly multiplayer. If you like build it and then have your attributes have immutable attributes and share it with someone else, they can bring it into their city. And yeah, that's cool.
Did you see this question? So let's see. Since the professions have a mutable attribute of uses, can you add others, or would you have to append other values to that single attribute? So I guess when you make the template, can you, I don't think we've messed with mutable attributes ourselves. So like when you make the template, do you have to pre-build in certain slots of mutable attributes? So I guess in theory, when you make the template, you would have to put in like, say you put in like 10, but only use one, but then you bookmark it so that I have 9 options down the line to use it. I don't know if you kind of just preemptive strike that just to give yourself flexibility, if that has any sort of downstream issues.
I mean, you could just go with a data attribute, for example, and then save a JSON string in this, and that you can build up endlessly if we go completely on the technical side.
Okay. But could you then also add like a different, like an image attribute and stuff later, or would you have to add the image thing on the front end, even if you don't have that attribute active right away?
I mean, in the data attribute, you could have an image tag, and that would link to something, but normally you should think through, where will I go with my game in the next 2-3 years? What attributes will I most probably need to have, and add them from the beginning?
Yeah, so you can't. So I guess you have to choose what kind of data goes into it, whether it's a text or an integer or all those sorts of things. So you can't just like create empty space and then check and then deal with it later. So I guess you have to have some sort of direction, because you have to specify what that field actually does.
Yeah. As I said, the best thing would be a data field that is a string, and you can throw in everything you want to and handle it inside your game how it will be interpreted.
You could also just do multiple datas, though. You could do like data 1, data 2, data 3, and if you don't have it figured out, then you're like leaving room for the future for improvements.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, I hope that answers your question, KY.
It'd be cool if you could add immutable attributes after assets are minted, since they're mutable, or since they're mutable anyway. But it's too bad that's not part of the standard.
Mutable is what lets you change them, but like you got to decide them.
Adding the attribute in the first place has to be done at minting of the template, apparently.
Yeah, I feel like it's counterintuitive. If you're able to just like tinker and edit on demand, it defeats the finality of blockchain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Although the finality would be on the immutable attribute, and the mutable stuff should be expected to be tinkered with, possibly. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Maybe they'll introduce a new thing that's different than mutable that you can change later. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that.
Keep coming up with new stuff for NFTs that we didn't ever think would exist. So
yeah,
who knows what'll be around next year? Maybe next year it'll be you can add attributes to your NFTs.
That's true. Plus, the NFT token standards can be adjusted slightly, like the atomic standard could be updated, but it's unlikely, I'd say. Unlikely to happen in the near future.
Well, I saw you're trying to like build like a lore around it too, as part of like, the roadmap. Have you guys kind of put together some of the storyboarding as far as like what the Waxel universe is like, or is that still yet to be thought about?
And for that, you have to ask our community, because the law is in the hands of our community.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
People that said we want to have law, and we said, yeah, it's cool and all, but we are a small team and we have first focus on other stuff, like getting the game out. And so it's a community-driven project now to get the law done.
So is it that like so is the community like literally writing it and then they just like submit it and then people in Discord like kind of vote on whether that's the direction they want to go?
For now, it's just a couple of people in a private channel in our Discord, and they are tinkering around with ideas and show them to us, and then we will review them and we'll get out at some point with a lore that is driven by the community.
It's like Waxel Ninja Mad Libs, It's kind of builds on the chain.
I have the roadmap pulled up here, and did you? I don't know if I missed it. Did you say what the Waxel token will be used for? Because I know there's no token now, but when it does come out, like, what's the expected utility for the Waxel token?
I would see it as kind of an exchange inside the game to trade materials and stuff like this, so you don't have to use them as an NFT. I think it would go in that direction. Or maybe the token can be used for repairing your armor and stuff like this.
The armor would be for your heroes if there's like missions you can go do with the heroes.
Yeah.
And would you anticipate the heroes 3D missions? Would those be more of like a clicker, or are you planning on having like you be able to run around and actually fight and like time stuff out?
I really want to have the ability to run around with a character in the Waxel World and to visit your little house and see how things are going there, and then be able to really play the game instead of just click on something and wait for the result.
So that is the long-term plan, but
yeah,
as you said earlier, he's not a 3D game developer and has just only messed around in Unity for a minute. So maybe not anytime soon, but maybe down the line.
Yeah, I would say like self-taught Unity and self-taught smart contract development is not something to be glossed over. That's not an easy thing to just be like, I don't know, I guess I'll just write smart contracts. Let me take a long weekend and get weird with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the game looks pretty great and like it's pretty functional. Like even at the beta phase when I got in it worked pretty good. And like there are a few bugs and stuff to be ironed out. I mean, that's going to be for anything. And even like the quality of life stuff you just added with like the boxes that pop up and stuff have been helpful. And like the refresh thing is also really nice. Like Novo Pangea I'm playing right now, it doesn't refresh. So I just have to like control R every single time I want to do something. So, like even those little things, like attention to detail is very good. And I'm excited to see what you come up with. Like based on what you delivered here, I think if and when you do move to 3D stuff, I think it'll be good.
I mean, it won't be 3D. It will be a top-down or a side scroller.
Yeah, like the
I guess I didn't mean like a
interactive.
What's the word I'm looking for? Interactive.
Yeah, like user playable or whatever that you can actually like. I guess not fully a controller or whatever, but yeah.
Big Game has a question. He asked, "Are there any plans to do PvP related content? Like, if you did do missions and stuff, would it just be PvE where you're fighting the computer, or would there ever be a chance that you could interact with other players in a combat way?"
My personal dream would be to have a battle royale kind of game, like a top-down battle royale pixel art game where you can compete against each other and find stuff for the one that is the first place or second or third. That would be my big dream. But for this, we would need way more funds and a way bigger team.
I think it could be cool too, even if it was like, even if you couldn't get everybody in the same server at once, like a Mortal Kombat style thing where like, oh, there's a ninja tournament to see who is the best fighter of the ninjas, and it's like, you know, there's rounds like 1v1, and then you move on to the next round of the people that won the first round, and like whoever got to the final could be the ultimate ninja champion, ultimate ninja warrior.
Yeah, and then maybe you would win like an NFT that you can then place inside your house.
Yeah, if we can tell you anything, we know people love trophies.
I also like the idea of just like, I guess the lore behind like trying to try out for like a Mortal Kombat style thing to see like who is the ultimate ninja, who has the sharpest ninja skills, who has the best throwing stars and the best katanas.
That would be cool. Yeah, actually, like you have these like scenarios, and then if you win, your character specifically gets written into the lore, so you're kind of like cemented in history. That would be really fun, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good little bragging right. Your ninja. Get a little pixel art painting of your ninja as a champion. Hang that in your house.
Also what we want to achieve with Waxel is not just be a game, but be a real community and a brand that builds up with merch, and just join our Discord and hang around and interact with the people. And the game and especially the earnings shouldn't be the main focus.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a lot like a low stakes, very close to like what is that farm game that you play, Lewis?
Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley. Yeah, like stuff like similar to that, where you're like grinding out just to improve your farm. Like it's not like, oh, to defend the world from like attacking like whatever, like some kind of like stressful thing. It's just like, yeah, I'm grinding out my resources so that I can build a bigger house.
And Stardew Valley really is about the journey, not the destination. You just like put in a lot of work to build these things, and it's single player, and so like, but it feels good because there's a reason why, all the townspeople have a story, you interact with them, you build relationships with them. So like, I think the lore is what really ties it all together, so that there's at least some reason why you're building these things. And so having the community built lore kind of makes that connective process, which makes it more lasting in people's minds, and it's not just like, I'm just farming for the sake of farming.
Also, it doesn't seem necessarily that like the farming is geared at all towards like the play to earn crowd that much. Like, like the way that it's built, I think the play to earn crowd is kind of like jumps from like hot thing to hot thing to hot thing. So by not being geared towards that crowd in the first place, you end up like building a community of people who actually want to play the game, not people who are looking for like an ROI in a couple of weeks or days or months or whatever.
I think it's good that you didn't launch a Waxel token at launch. Like, that's been a downfall of a lot of projects where they launch a token before it has utility, and then the token crashes, then like everybody just abandons the project. But I think having something that's fun and playable in the community is like more important than the ROI, because I don't know, ROI comes and goes. Like prices fluctuate.
Yeah,
that's how it works. If the core gameplay and the core thing isn't there, then it's always just gonna be a pump and dump.
Yeah, we wanted the project and the game to speak for itself, and not go heavily advertisement and come all in and have 10,000 Discord members and 100K Twitter followers just to pump stuff up, and then it dies down. We want to build slowly, organically, and for the next coming years.
Yeah. I feel like the main criticism I could think of is like not being able to, with just a ninja, grind all the way up to a profession without having to like contribute another 5 wax to get the profession book. But then I guess the grind would just be, like Lewis was saying, grind out some citizens until you sell off 5 wax worth, and then grind out enough citizens, use the 5 wax for the book. So you still can do it all within game. It's just, people, I feel like that's like the main.
I just got 2 professions, and I haven't like the the 10 wax I used was wax I got from selling Citizens, even though I bought my Citizens back for cheaper. But it's definitely possible so far for me. And we'll see if I
just grind it
get
out.
the resources and stuff to continue playing. But it's part of the fun of the NFTs and the market and stuff. New Liper said got his first 2 ninjas. Pew 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 pow pow. Congrats. Get those.
Nice.
Get them searching for Citizens immediately. Another thing I wanted to say about the community is like the community was around before the game. Like people have been hyped about the project and active in the community for months and months before the game. And there are people that actually believe in the project and like the artwork. It's not just like people trying to pump their own bags and then exit. And like the moderators are not. There's some like shade thrown around where you see the same moderators in every single Discord community that kind of just jump from project to project to get free stuff and like jump from the newest ROI machine to the next. The moderators in the Waxel community are very much people that like are involved in that community and were around and like they're excited to write the lore and very interested in the project. And it's not the same usual suspects you see everywhere else, which not to say all of those people are bad, but it's definitely a nice community. And I pop in there and I get tagged in there every once in a while, people asking about stuff, and it's just good conversations. And I think that's like the community is super important for any project. And like you don't want people that are only in the community to try to dump the bags on the next person to make money. And that's not really what I saw the community being. And you do see the people pop in now that the game is out, like how much ROI, how long till ROI, but people generally like if that's all you're interested in, I'm not sure if this is the project for you. If you're interested in dumping a token, this probably isn't for you.
Yeah, you don't have to be something for everyone, but the people who do like it, will really love it. I think that's a realistic approach, and building a brand's really hard, but it also, particularly in a very fickle space of NFTs and a short attention span space, building a brand I think is really the foundation you need to be in it for the long haul, because people feel connected to that. They can find any sort of web-based game. You could close your eyes and throw a dart and find plenty of those on Wax, but like, how much do you really feel connected to, insert clicker here, right? So I think building the community and the brand first, and then, have that groundswell into the game's release, I think makes it much stronger over as a full package,
I mean, you could also see this in the first days after the game released, when some people came in and called us out a scam and you can't earn anything in this game. And we didn't have to say something, but our community stood up to us and explained what this project is all about and stuff like that. Yeah, we could see that we seem to do things the right way for now, and that the community stands behind us.
Yeah, I remember like when we first started and we had our first big sale, there's all these people coming in like, well, what's the utility, for Neon Space? It's like, well, what am I going to use this for? It's like, it's just artwork. Like, if you don't like collecting artwork, then like, I'm not going to try and convince you to be into collecting artwork. It's just clearly like our project isn't what you're looking for. You're looking for something that you can play games with, and that's fine. Just like, we're not the answer for that. And I'm not going to try and pretend to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. Ooh, I still have my Waxel avatar, the one of 250, and are you planning on closing that contract entirely so that it doesn't have the question mark for the maximum anymore, or is there a possible
I could
future
close
avatar?
it? I just never got to this, and there is no intention of making more Waxel Ninja avatars.
Yeah.
Well, Max will sleep more soundly.
I'm waiting. I'm still checking every now and then just to see if it's closed. I'm like, but
I could have a look later and just close it because there is no intention.
Yeah, I think now even on Atomic Hub, they just have like a lock template button right on there. They made it like super straightforward.
You just have to go do it through blocks. I guess on that note, I don't know if we've asked you, Ryu, but are you cool if we do a collab? We were planning on doing like a neon version of the Waxel avatars. Is that cool with you? To put you on the spot publicly.
With the avatars, I don't think so. There are 250 and that's it with the avatars.
No, I mean, like, would you be cool with us doing like a version of the avatar to drop to people holding it?
Like the one that you sent us, like the neon ninja that you had sent us, and then we would do that in the likeness of our art style.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, that could be cool.
I mean, who doesn't want to get cool new NFTs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we really like that Neon Ninja we have. I think it's on our Neon Space wallet. It's like the only like NFT that
it's
it holds.
pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're slow at doing collabs, but we did want to do, since you made a version of your stuff, we wanted to do our version, but we just haven't got to it yet. That'll probably be like a month or two out at least, but figured since Max asked about the avatar, I'd ask.
I love those. I love my Waxel avatar. It's dope. I bought it on the aftermarket too. I didn't even get it at drop. I spent like 300 wax on that thing back when wax was worth more than it is now. But I think those also like don't sell often and aren't listed for anything close to 300 wax these days.
I think 800 or 900 is the lowest.
Yeah, I think I could, if I wanted to flip it, I could like easily get more than the wax I put into it. But I'm not.
Lowest is
like,
999.
999 is the lowest one right now.
Oh yeah, no, mine's not for sale anyway. Even if it was like 1,000 or more, I'm just like, gosh, I like my Ninja. I got the.
It's like a you get like a discount on the settlement upgrades if you own an avatar. That is like some cool like built-in utility that because there's only, like you said, there's only what 250 of them. So I mean, the fact that you as the game grows, that you kind of get this like pretty decent sized discount on items or sales and stuff is kind of a nice little perk that you didn't expect.
Yeah, for example, if you intend to buy all 4 settlement upgrades, if you get the avatar is then pretty much for free because you save 10% on each of these.
Oh.
Yeah.
We didn't go over that, but if you want you can only use 10 ninjas and 10 of each profession when you're playing. So if you want to expand your roster to more than 10 ninjas or more than 10 miners, they have these settlements, and these settlement upgrades allow you to expand the amount of profession people you can use in ninjas. And that's available on the Nefty Waxel page if anybody's interested in that. I have another question about the roadmap too. So it sounds like interactive stuff is a ways out. So when you do missions and dungeons, would those also start out as clickers? Like, do you plan on doing a clicker mission before you do an interactive mission, or would you just wait until you can do interactive gameplay stuff?
I mean, it depends what we start with. If we start with the housing system, we definitely need to be able to run around. So then it would be interactive. But I can't really tell. I mean, interactive stuff takes way, way longer to develop than something you click and wait. We just had the release and haven't thought out what will be the next step. We will do.
I guess that's to be decided still. And then I guess the last question is like, it says lending system and staking system. What exactly would that entail? Is that like, would the lending system sort of be like a scholarship program where people can use your ninjas for you?
Yeah, I would see this if you have like 20 Waxel ninjas and you don't want to buy the settlement upgrade or want to use multiple accounts, you could then just lend your Waxel ninjas to other people, and then they could play with you.
And then what would the staking system be?
Staking system would be way later when the token would be out, and then you could maybe stake your token in the Waxel bank and get interest on it or stuff like this.
I also think we're a big fan of making people stake liquidity pool positions. So instead of staking just the Waxel token, they could stake like Waxel paired with Wax on like DeFi box or Alco or whatever you choose to use. That way, like the liquidity for the token is kind of locked in, and then they have to stake it for a period of time. So that like that's sort of basically what Nefty does for the Nefty token. Like you get the token for staking it paired with Wax instead of it by itself, and that like definitely helps the liquidity on the exchanges and makes it more functional. But that would be my suggestion if you're taking suggestions for that.
Unsolicited suggestions.
Yeah, my unsolicited advice.
But yeah,
that's really. I think maybe we can hop into a giveaway then, unless does anybody in the audience have any questions or Is there anything you guys had, Max or Mark, before we hop into that?
I think I'm a little more excited about grinding out the materials, because at first I was like a little like, okay, I can get materials to make equipment to get more materials, but now with the whole like concept of like then use that to like build out my Waxel world in the future, I really like that. I'm looking forward to the grind now, because I think that's really fun. Like the low stakes of it all, I like kind of like a thing I can keep doing just like passively, and then eventually just have like a real nice world that my Waxel ninjas live in. I think that's
yeah. I think I contextualize it a lot better when I kind of think of the big picture as like a Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, personalized kind of world that you build through crafting, through resources, through time, and so that kind of ties it all together in my mind a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, we had to start somewhere, and many people call this now the mining phase, where you get your materials and either you can sell them to make a couple of wax, or you keep them to then use these materials later on for when the housing system drops.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think it's really cool, and everything looks really nice, and the music's cool too, even though we haven't had it on right now. So it's like, it definitely feels like that style of game, and you're like kind of nailing it. It's very impressive to see you doing this as someone who's learning to make the game and learning to do the contract stuff. So that's well done.
It does capture like the Game Boy vibe of like the Chrono Trigger days and like Final Fantasy VI and those sorts of things. It captures that experience a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of nailing it. I definitely. And like, I do really like there's a community building around it, and it's not building around the whole like ROI hype stuff. It's building around like the concept of like this style of gaming, and it's a friendly bunch of people, fun to participate in that type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of like my takeaway. It's really, I understand the appeal a lot more by like walking through it like this.
I personally don't have an issue with like a mining phase as long as the team is building something. Like, I know some people are like, screw that, I want the game immediately, but like, I don't know, you need time to build a game. Games don't come out immediately. You need funding. So it makes sense, like, if you do that while building something else, for sure. But like, the problem is a lot of teams take the money to build the game and just exit the space before they build the game. So like, that's not cool. And it's really hard to vet projects because of that. It's hard to guess like who's going to stick around. And I don't even think it's malicious all the time. I think some people think they can build a game, and then when it becomes too hard and they realize they need more money, they just kind of like hit a wall and then are like, oh, fuck it, I'm out. But I do think Waxel's already proven that they've been around for a year, and like everything you've done was like what you were pitching forever ago, and it takes a while to make it, but like I think you're here to stay. You're active in multiple communities. Like, you pop into Neon Space and say hi. You say hi in the Atomic Kings. Like, you're definitely around and a part of the space. You aren't just here to take our money and leave. I don't think so.
If we want to do this, we would make it different from the beginning. I mean, it's way harder the way we do it now, to get in people slowly and organically, and communicating with all the people, being in Discord active every day. It's a lot of work and time.
I'm sure you could have made more money if you're just like, okay, there's a Waxel token you can go dump on Alcor, and then you would sell out all of your mining Waxels immediately, like if the ninjas went and mined that token. But that would not be sustainable, and that would just crash. So like, yeah, it is. And we sort of feel the same way about our brand. It's like, you don't blow up as big when you do things the right way, but if you want to be around in 5 years, like, you can't just pump and dump. That's gonna like ruin your project. So I appreciate you going slow and steady, and I always reference you as a project that's like gone slow. And somebody else was asking me, they're like, how would you launch a game without a token? I'm like, well, ask Waxel. Like, they've successfully done it. Like, it's not impossible. It's hard to do, but like, I don't know.
Yes, I think the key is communication too, because it's like you've been working on this and building it for a year, and you would think that's like just an absolute eternity in NFT world. But the difference is like It was very incremental progress. You documented the progress. Okay, here's what we worked on. Here's the update. Here's what we worked on. Here's the update. You know, so if you're following along, you're like, you know what's going on, and you're not expecting the world overnight because no one's telling you to expect the world overnight.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of these projects that like push, we're trying to shoot for the moon, but then they really don't tell you what's going on. They're just like, trust us, we got this. Hey, we're gonna do this, I promise, we're really good at it. And then they don't give you any sort of concrete like progress. They give you some BS screenshot maybe once every 6 months, you know. And so then people get frustrated, they get impatient, they get angry. But I don't think Wax really felt that way because, I mean, not this. I'm sure you had some people bitch at you, but like,
of course,
you know, it was pretty clear what was happening every step of the way because the communication was very clear and consistent. And it seems like a very simple concept, but it really gets missed a lot in both collectible projects and particularly games. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, on release date, I lost at least 5 years of my lifespan because of the stress I had.
Do you still have a day job?
No, I quit my day job last August.
Oh, that's awesome. Full-time Waxel.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Since then, I'm working full-time on this. And I work longer on this than at my day job, and I earn less. So this is a passion project.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're very similar.
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
do this full time and
That's
don't make a lot of money, but we really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's it. It's
That's the
just
key.
something completely different if you work for yourself in a small team and in a community than working for a big company.
Yeah.
You're way more attached to it, but the stress level is also way higher.
Yeah. You end up having to carry a lot more of the like, weight of everything as well.
I mean, I deployed the contract. It was successful. I opened the game for the first time on the mainnet. I see the amount of my Waxel Ninjas is correct. I click on it, and then no Waxel Ninjas are displayed. I'm supposed to release today. Where are they? Well, what is the issue? Everything worked on the testnet. And the issue was that the Waxel Ninjas had that the template is empty on the mainnet. And we had to on the smart contract level fetch the data differently. It was one line of code that had to be changed, and I needed hours of this to fix this. And thank you very much to Blood Ocean from Nifty Blocks, because I talked with him. He made the template on the mainnet, and he helped me fixing that issue.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the people at Nifty Blocks are super fucking helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great though. That's still, man, I can see why you would lose 5 years of your life. That sounds intensely stressful.
Yeah.
Man.
I think Nifty released a new feature today too.
Yes.
Oh, really? What's the new feature?
It's
you
like
can
you can embed marketplaces into your website using your own token and sell NFTs through your own token through your own website.
You don't even need your own token. You just it's a node project. You just get it running in a couple of minutes, and then you can implement your collection and embed the complete marketplace of your collection on your website.
That's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Nifty's
a great focus for
behind the
Nifty.
scenes. Like, I don't think they even announced they're going to do that. They just drop it one day, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, like here's this like game-changing update that we're just going to casually drop."
Yeah. I love that Nifty's focusing more on like creator side implementations. That's kind of where they shine. So I think that's a great move for them and for their marketplace.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I mean, you can embed like. Oh well, sorry. I'm gonna let Lou get into the next phase here.
Yeah, let's start this giveaway, then we can talk. But yeah, like Taco's already doing it. If you go to Taco's website, you can purchase NFTs for Taco through their website. It's like it doesn't take you to an NFT box or anything. It's just happening all through their own thing. But our first giveaway is going to be this miner, which will give you immediate access to Waxel World, and you'll be able to use them to gather some resources, and then you can try to craft some stuff if you get a blacksmith later.
Yeah, that actually saves you quite a bit because you don't have to find the citizens, which is
10
close
citizens,
to 5 days of cooldown. and you don't pay for the book of profession. So it actually is like, this is a pretty sweet deal. But yeah, I wonder if with the Nifty embed thing, does that mean you can embed blends as well and like unboxing?
I guess for now it's just a marketplace.
Okay.
I feel like when it becomes the blends, it'll be much easier to
it'll be so nice.
complicated shit.
Because like for like Zos, for example, I know Deej had tweeted about it. Like if you could unbox, like if in his game, like you go out, you go on your runs, and you get back like food crates. If I could open the food crates embedded in the website rather than have to go to a separate one, unbox it, go back, and then you.
I haven't gotten crates. I haven't gotten crates in weeks. You just get open food now.
Oh, I see. Well, then I
Like
guess I'm just old school.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you still getting food crates?
I thought I did on solo runs.
Yeah, I haven't been getting any food crates on solo runs.
It might be legacy from prior to that.
Okay. Damn, I like the food crates. I like opening packs.
Yeah. But yeah, even the blending too would be kind of nice because they do that for like item upgrades and stuff, and a lot of other games do that as well.
That's wild, yeah. Nifty Black's just
says he still gets crates in solo runs.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not.
You
crazy.
motherfuckers! How am I? What? Why am I not getting crates?
You just gotta run harder, man.
How long are you running for? What? Like, are you doing 4 and 12-hour and 1 day runs, or are you doing like long ones?
Do better. Do better.
No, screw that. How are you guys getting crates? That's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I usually do like 1 day runs, since I'm not as like I'm always out and about doing stuff. So I do like 1 or 3 day runs solo, but I've been doing the multiplayer ones more often now.
Okay, I do 4 and 12-hour ones usually, so maybe that's why I'm not getting crates.
Okay, I'm gonna start this giveaway.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
And yeah, exclamation point play is how you join, but we're gonna do a video first. The video gets super loud, so if you have sensitive ears or you're listening to us full volume in your headphones, you might want to turn down your volume. But here we go. This is for the miner.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm the KY, so check your inventory. You might have crates.
Yeah, just imagine, Max, there's like this cache full of stuff, and your survivor's running at it, and my survivor's running at it, and I just snatch it right before you get there. And then I'm leaving you the scraps. Like, so just envision that in your mind, and see how it feels.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get better gear and fuck your survivors up.
So much for our neon team, huh?
Yeah. You know what I also really like about my Waxel ninjas is that they stay in my wallet when they're out looking for citizens, so I can still see them, which is nice.
Yeah, the only thing that we stake in our contract is when you register the settlement upgrades. Everything else stays in your wallet.
Oh yeah, so non-custodial. That's nice.
Yeah, because I see all my. I'm looking at my hot wallet where I see all of my ninjas right now. Let's see how many I got.
Also, do a disclaimer. We don't send prizes to people who have 0 purchased. So if you don't buy NFTs, you'll be disqualified if you win. And we also use Wax Detective, and we see if people send wax to each other. So if 2 wallets in the same race are found sending wax to each other, you will also be disqualified. There is an appeal process for that, but we give prizes to people who buy stuff on Wax and are not cheating. So please don't do that here.
Yeah, we try not to support multi-accounting. Not to say that other streamers that do marbles don't care, but in our world, we do our best to stop multi-accounting. So
consider yourself warned. Let's see. I got 2 humans, 1 orc, and 1 undead ninja.
The top one's demon, right? That's like the best.
Yeah, and then there's elf and demon above my undead. So it's like human, orc, undead, elf, demon. I don't have either of those 2 top ones, but my undead guy has the like mask on. It looks pretty badass.
I pulled an undead from a pack. I'm pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, that's the one I pulled from a pack too.
And a fun fact, mint number 1 is still in a pack.
Oh, interesting.
Oh shit. Let's see.
So-
Oh, one of the ninjas is burned.
Were the ninjas all pre-minted, or was it like an actual generative mint process?
No, I generated them all locally
And then put them in
my
packs.
machine, and then Nifty Blocks minted them on the blockchain.
Yeah, that was before creators could even make their own packs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I asked
mint
Nifty
one pretty
Blocks if
rare?
it would be possible to generate the Waxel Ninja when the pack is opened, but
Yeah.
it would need to be in a span of 100 milliseconds or so. And that was not
That's a
possible.
tall order. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Well, let's see. I can look in the Nifty Blocks. I guess I can't see what it actually is, huh? Oh wait, no, there it is. There it is. Wow, Waxel Ninja number 1's pretty good. Damn. Undead, it's animated, it's got the mask. And like a color scheme. That's a pretty good looking ninja.
You want to share your screen so people can see?
Yeah, which one are you looking at?
Oh yeah, I just looked at the pool. So this is the still in the pack pool, and this is mint 1.
Oh yeah, that's like the second level of the animation too, I think.
Yeah, so Undead is on like the rarer side, and then I think the mask is pretty rare.
It's also rare.
Yeah.
Bronze Daggers
Yeah.
is rare. Blue Eyes is also rare.
The animation, just having animation period, is rare.
Yeah.
And that's like the second level up from that. Yeah.
Wow, who
my
burned
my
one?
undead guy has the same mask.
Did
I know,
someone
right? I
burn
saw
one
that
by
too.
accident?
One of them's burned.
Beach Games NFT burned this, I think.
Oh, was it a statement or was it
He just
an
wanted
accident?
to burn one.
Out of protest.
He just wanted to see it burn.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
And he has the Sinner role in our Discord for this.
At least they have their own role. But yeah, if you ever want to like snipe Nifty pools, the wallet where all the pack pools live is under the wallet Nifty Blocks P. So if you just look at Nifty Blocks P, it'll just show everything that still exists in pack pools for different collections. So like you could see the same for Neon Space. We still have a bunch of unopened packs, so you can see all the mint 1s, or you could do the math on like how much of a given like rarity is still around. So anyway, that's a pro tip if anyone is new to that.
Everyone's ripping packs out there.
Mint 1, there's still some good mint 1s from Ultra Rare.
Yeah.
And when we close the contracts on some of these burn packs too, there's going to be a lot of good ones that get lost.
Have you ever used our own display of the market for the Waxel Ninjas on our website?
I have not. I'll pull that up then.
The market? Let's see. Is it?
It's way easier to see how rare the Waxel Ninjas are that are currently on the market, and you can filter through them pretty easily.
Oh, so you can see ones that are for sale and then check out the rarity. Interesting.
There it is.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a good interface for sure. And so the more stars, the better, right? Or is it?
Yeah, the
less?
higher, the more rare.
Okay. I do like the cityscape one, like that one on the left. That's my favorite background because it looks like, you know, like
Yeah.
neon downtown Tokyo or something, you know.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Well, the rare ones are not selling them cheap.
No.
Damn, like
If
I
you
had a
click
gold
on
sword.
stats, like found 500 exactly, then you can see like the combination what is on the market. So there was at least 2 within gold stuff.
Oh.
That's dope, though. Good to know.
Oh, yeah, that's
You can
way easier to
find some
see.
deals that way.
Yeah, that's true. If everyone's just selling at floor price without accommodating for the attributes, this is the way you can snipe the market a little bit. Particularly now that everyone knows that the race attributes are advantageous in the game.
All right, so our next giveaway will be for an actual Waxel Ninja. This will give you the ability to pull up citizens and get you a stake in the Waxel world, which will be sweet.
Ooh, what are his? Scroll down. Let's see all his attributes. He's got a human.
Human with brown eyes, bronze daggers, conical hat, conical. I don't know how to say that.
Conical?
White belt, turquoise head, blue torso, black feet, static, and mountain. I don't think he's super rare, but he will be a workhorse for you. You'll find you lost to citizens probably.
Yeah, he's a good politician.
I guess you said actually the other day that there is no gender to the Waxel Ninjas. They're genderless.
I mean, you can't see it through the suit that they are wearing. Could be female, could be male, could be anything.
I like a Ken doll down there.
They're ninjas.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see.
Exclamation mark play. If you want to join this giveaway for the Waxel Ninja.
Yo, Summit Brawler out again. No gold. It's fine. It's fine.
I actually like that the cooldowns are really long on Waxel Ninja. I just do it like once a day. It's very manageable and like it's kind of stressful when people have like hourly cooldowns. Like I'm kind of excited for the beginning phase of blockchain brawlers to be over when that finally ends.
Yeah. It's nice. It like is very in line with like the low stress like of that whole gameplay like feel. Just that type of game is very nice and just like.
And you can compete with bots because there will always be bots, and when you have low timers, it will be botted for sure.
Yeah.
And you can't compete as a normal human and don't have fun and clicking on a button every hour, every day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I do like a lot of the games out there now that I'm playing are similar, like long cooldowns, like minimum 4 hours, I'd say. Like anything shorter than 4 hours is like, you're definitely not going to be able to do that actively.
I mean, the refining is just 1 hour and crafting 2, 4, and 6, but you don't.
Oh yeah, but that's like one aspect of it. Like there's a lot.
You don't do this every day, and I think that's fine there.
Yeah, that definitely works for me. Yeah, but I like how it's like you can do all that. Like just if you pop in once, like check on your citizens, collect from your workers, and then like get your tool stuff ready. Maybe if you wait the hour, come back, equip them, and then send them out again.
Yeah.
So all within like one.
I mean, with this one saying that like 10K is too much, I mean, I would say if it was like purely an avatar project, maybe that's a fair criticism. But I mean, since it's particularly a game piece, and I feel like having 10K gives the ability to scale up the player base since it's required. So, with the game integration, I would say 10K is fine because it just gives you room to grow. But if it was only an art project, I don't think like the 10K like you see on Ethereum, I don't think the market's big enough on Wax to support
Definitely
that
not.
Only an avatar project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on Ethereum, also all these 10K projects have now issues selling out. And even
that's very true. I think the era of those things selling out in an instant, and then we'll just do the same art style, but it'll be a hippo this time. I think that heyday has since passed.
Yeah.
I also do think, I mean, because they're all really one of ones, they are still special even though there's 10K of them. Like there are no two of the same.
Yeah, 10K is a lot though. I definitely agree. If that's like, it keeps the sale open too, which is the other side of that. The 10K aren't just like sold out, you can still buy the pack at drop price if you heard about the game today or next week or like in a month from now, if it's still like not sold out, which I never hate. Like, I think that's not a bad way to approach, you know, gaming in general. It's like, as someone who likes to play a game, I like to enter at drop price. So the fact that like you have so many mints, it's not like there are that many mints and they're all sold out and trying to be resold out on like the secondary market for hiked up prices, which at that point I would say that criticism is like kind of a very important one. But the way that it's going, where it's like you're still selling them, it keeps the entry price for all new players who find out about the game in the future the same as all original players in terms of US dollar value. I think that the numbers make sense.
Yeah, and we also thought about, like, we knew that we won't sell them instantly. That was clear from the beginning.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
It takes several months. It's totally fine with us.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, like I said, as a player, I don't hate that at all. Like, I recently found out about other games that have been going for a long time and like bought packs at drop price, you know, which was nice because the pack sale is still going.
I remember that was the thing for Splinterlands when I got it, and they had like a ton of packs, but it also like doesn't make you feel like you're getting gouged and getting in too late. I like for games when there's the ability to enter the game after it's launched. So if you want to try it out, you're not like, oh, I'm like making some flipper a bunch of money just so I can play.
Yeah.
And I think like sellouts are really only good for flippers, right? Like, I mean, if you're not trying to sell your NFT, what do you care if there's like it's not sold out?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like it's definitely nice to be able to like keep the drop price, like the entry point within video games. It's the same with like ZOS Survivors. You can like buy them at the same drop price that they were bought at, and right now it's maybe more beneficial to buy them on the aftermarket until. So I feel like, I don't know, it just keeps the value of it tied to the drop price, which even if the drop doesn't sell out, it's like not an issue since it's a game and the game player base can grow. And then the growing player base has access to the same drop price. Like, yeah, it's nice.
I know Ryu in the DMs, I was talking mad shit about Twitter giveaways. Do you care if we give away the second ninja on Twitter instead of on Twitch?
Sure.
Cool, we'll do that. So instead of the last ninja, which I guess check out our Twitter, we will be doing a Waxel Ninja giveaway soon, but we'll give away a Hot Wheels pack today for our last giveaway.
DNA, we've been doing Fall Guys on Saturdays now. I think there's a little bit more engagement that way since people are like not working. I feel like at our stream time, this is like noon our time typically when we start streaming during the week. And so most people are listening to us like while they're at work or doing other stuff. So I think Saturday people are more likely to be in front of a computer to play Fall Guys. So anyway, we do our super blends and then crush you in Fall Guys.
Yeah, this is a Series 3 pack with 7 collectibles. And there's a small chance to get some physical redeemables. So if you like physical Hot Wheels, maybe hopefully you can win one. I saw that BDAO won one of our packs and he pulled like all commons.
That's brutal.
Oh no.
Which it is I guess it's not even that. That's pretty uncommon because it's a 67% chance for a common. You give 7 cards, that's pretty unlucky. This will be our last giveaway of the day. Thank you to everyone for joining and watching.
Are Hot Wheels valuable, the toys, for 20, 25 years ago?
I have no idea, to be honest, but there's a big collector community out there. Like, people are buying them for sure.
I just know that I had a lot of them when I was a kid. There have to be somewhere.
I think it's like specific ones are probably valuable and then other ones aren't, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really. I'm not a big car person, so like that never really caught the bug for me. But yeah, like Lou said, I think there is a pretty decent collector base like Funko.
But even within the collectors, like even on Wax, the NFTH has more mints than the premium. Like they're both redeemables. One has more mints, and it costs like 5 times as much as the one that has less mints, which doesn't make any sense to me as far as like scarcity goes. So I do think it's like specific ones are the ones that people want. Like certain cars people like more than other ones, but I know nothing about it, but just based on like scarcity, the aftermarket makes no sense to me. Like,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Is it like cool to have like a Hot Wheels that matches like the car you drive? Is that like a thing? So you can have one that looks like your own car.
Oh, that'd be dope.
You can put it in on the windshield of your car.
Yeah, I know. I've seen TikTok videos of people doing that where they see a cool car and then put like a Hot Wheels on there and then like videotape someone like seeing it, like they just opened a present on Christmas morning.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if it's like it might be like Funko where people only want to buy them if they're not unboxed. So like if you were young and you played with them, it might just like immediately remove the value. And I don't think most kids are just like leaving boxed Hot Wheels, but maybe you did.
I mean, I get a Honda Civic. I have a special place in my heart for the Honda Civic I drove for 15 years.
Yeah. There's probably an aftermarket for like some specific ones still, even if they are open. But I don't really know anything about it. I just am never surprised anymore by collector aftermarkets. They definitely
There's even a Hot Wheels subset that races. Okay, maybe people do want them open for racing then.
Yeah.
Imagine going into the room of a Funko collector and opening one box after the other and then looking at his face.
I feel like they would literally try to assault you at that point. By like box number 2, like they would probably tackle you.
What are you doing there? I'm just playing. These are toys.
It's like, what? Oh yeah, let's play. Like open one and just hand it to them. It's like, here, this will be you, and then like I'll play with this one.
Like, Your Honor, I didn't want to kill him, but he unboxed all my Funkos. Do you understand what the value happens when you unbox it?
I'll leave mine box. Still have my.
Yeah, we should do that, man. We could trigger all the Funko people like, hey, come to our unboxing event. We're going to unbox Funkos on stream. It's like the people that go and like smash a PS4 in front of people waiting in line to buy a PS4.
I'm pretty sure that's how we'll get swatted. Like if we do that on stream, we will have SWAT arrive to our place.
Yeah. That's funny.
I don't know. I sort of like them boxed just because like, you know, it keeps the dust and all the stuff off them. Also, the boxes look cool for Funkos. Like, I don't mind leaving them boxed personally.
And you can stack them.
I take mine out of the box and put them on my desk. Like last time when we were talking to Priscilla, I showed like my little statue of Gur from Invader Zim. He's just kind of like chilling there. I don't know where the box is.
Yeah, Max, is a good idea. You should pull your Black Lotus out of a sleeve on stream. See how people react.
I did that. Like I did that, and someone was like, "What are you doing?"
I've already done that on the stream.
Yeah, that's fun. They are. I don't know. It's definitely not worth like thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, I played with it for years. Like, it's not in amazing condition.
Yeah, Max was that kid who had proxy decks. It was total bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, proxy decks at places where they're legitimate, I feel like it's total bullshit to be mad about that. Go fucking make your own proxy deck. It's allowed. That's what the rules are at this tournament. I'm sorry, you don't own 4 copies of Black Lotus, then fucking print them for free.
How do you prove in a proxy deck that you own it though? Like
I actually don't know at like actual tournaments.
Like anyone can say that they own it confidently. How do you prove that you own it? I mean, this is where
NFTs would make that really. NFTs would make that really easy.
You could literally have like a QR code on your printed proxy and then just say, "Okay, yeah, that's my wallet."
Yeah. There was one where I used proxies of the Jace the Mind Sculptor because I have the foil. So I would bring the foil in like my collection binder, and then I would have a proxy card in the deck. And if someone wanted to be like, "Do you actually have this?" I'd be like, "I do," and here it is.
Okay, see, that's legit. That's a legit.
I would bring the actual like copy of it. It's like I just don't want to play with a foil version of this card.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. There's people that literally just print out all this shit and then they just have this whole proxy deck and be like, "You just gotta trust me." That's bullshit.
So this guy's like sitting on Power 9 cards and dual land.
This is Monoswerte posted this in our Discord. Eric here says, "Art Narc strikes again." There's Mark.
It's called accountability, okay?
Hashtag Mark the Narc.
Mark the Narc, yeah.
We got his reputation.
I'm a man of principle.
Yeah. I don't know. There's also like really cool copies like of proxy cards that people make for like just because they're proxies anyway, so you might as well just have them like look amazing. So, like,
What
I have a
Jason
couple,
Mind
like,
Sculpt? That was like
full
what, the Planeswalker, right?
yeah.
Oh,
That was
God,
like the thing that broke with blue mana decks were in Magic, because it was just like, what does blue like suffer from? The one thing blue has a struggle with is like drawing cards, pretty much, until Jace Mind Sculptor comes out and lets you brainstorm every turn for free. Which brainstorm is draw 3 cards and then put 2 back on the top of your deck. So it's like literally nonstop drawing.
Yeah.
And in Magic,
Without
drawing a
decking
card
out,
is.
at least.
And in Magic the Gathering, drawing a card is a 1-turn advantage. So draw 3 and put 2 back down is ridiculous to be able to do every turn. That card was fucking ridiculous.
I said it earlier, but our marble trophies went out yesterday. Season 10, we're on season 11. I just showed the stats, but if you watch our streams consistently, we have 3-month-long seasons. The top 100 racers get a marble trophy. And the first place racer gets a 1 of 1 with their name on it, and that was Roswin. So congrats to Roswins. And I'm really jealous of the elimination trophy this season.
Get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That audio is not on the NFT. I just played that on our soundboard, but we use that because that is from our soundboard. So it's kind of a nod to if you hang out in our streams. But I think that's going to conclude our stream. We're getting fully off the rails here. We've kept Ryu for an hour and 45 minutes. He probably has more work to do.
All good.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on and telling us about like
Thanks
the
for having
Waxel
me.
World and the future visions of it all. Really make me excited.
Yeah, I actually didn't know about a lot of it. Like, for whatever reason, I hadn't looked at the roadmap in forever. So it's exciting to know that like there are plans beyond what there currently is for the game.
Yeah. It's definitely. I gotta get my citizens up so I can get my first profession here soon.
But I'm going to play Buying the Dip and then raid into someone. This is our fun song that they play us off. Thanks again for joining us, Ryu. Let me post one more link to the Waxel Discord just in case anybody's not in there. So if you want updates for Waxel, I think Discord's definitely the best place.
On a side note, leading into this video, my options trading is not going well with these insane pumps in the S&P right now. Your boy Mark just lost lots of money.
Same. I'm not digging
at least
this.
I'm rolling it over, but it's ridiculous. I don't understand why there's like a pump going on. But anyway, it's fitting for Buying the Dip.
I'll put up the not financial advice for the song.
Yeah. Short sellers getting wrecked.
Your boy Mark's great at losing money. Don't follow me.
All right, let's go.
Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you, with you. Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
First of all of this whining by Wall Street is making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. GameStop was short. You can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of a stock, crush these companies into the dirt, thousands of stocks into the dirt. Then when the individual makes money, everyone's entrepreneurs. I have a kid who bought a house, paid $50,000 and bought a house. After decades of the short, you have to accept the fact that individual investors are playing the same game that you're playing and now you're losing.
Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening? Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, push it, push it, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buying the dip, buying the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
There's a lot of power in organization online. Too many people can get together in a subreddit. I think it's really funny that the GameStop stock is going in that way. There's 20,000 people live in a Discord who are spamming rocket emojis, yelling, "Go to the
All right, I'm going to raid into Wombat Sasha.
Fine in the day.
Put our Discord link here for anyone who wants to hang out and chat after the stream. We also like to hang out in Discord, but we will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our tech talk where Max goes over chart reading, and he did a thing where he used 100 wax investment to see how much wax he can make off that, and then we can follow those moves each week through Wax DeFi. But
we'll check in on our 100 wax
time. And thank you again for Ryu, and thanks to everybody for watching. It was a fun stream. See you later.
See you.
Bye-bye.